I want you to imagine something with me for a second. You wake up one morning and a symptom you've had for months is just gone. No magic pill, no new surgery, no miracle product, just gone. And when you look back, you realize the only thing that truly shifted was what you believed was possible for you. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to see that the most powerful medicine you will ever work with has been inside you the whole time. And if you're on this journey of rewiring your mind, healing and upgrading your life, make sure you hit subscribe right now so you don't miss what we go into next. For as long as humans have existed, we've had this intuition. There is something in me that can heal me. Before hospitals, before lab tests, people in every corner of the world were already trying to talk to this invisible power. They didn't call it the subconscious mind yet. They called it God, spirits, energy, blessing, grace. A woman in a mountain village might walk miles to a small shrine and light a candle, whispering her prayer for her child. A man in an ancient city might lie on the floor of a temple all night, believing that if he dreamed of a certain deity, his illness would leave. A tribe in the desert might dance around a fire, chanting and painting symbols on the body of the sick, convinced that these patterns invited healing. Different rituals, different languages, same instinct. If I can reach something deeper than my everyday mind, I can change my body, I can change my life. They didn't have MRI machines. They didn't know about neurotransmitters, but they had something we've almost become embarrassed to talk about: faith, imagination, expectancy. And here's the twist. Even when their methods looked bizarre or random, a lot of people actually did get better. So what was really happening? Fast forward to today. We give someone a sugar pill in a clinical trial and tell them it's a powerful new medication. In many cases, their pain drops, their symptoms improve, their body responds as if the pill had real chemical power. We cut someone open in what's essentially a fake surgery for research purposes, do nothing internally, stitch them back up, and their knee pain improves because they believed they had been repaired. Different era, different costumes, same force. The label changes from goddess to doctor, from holy water to clinical trial, but the mechanism underneath is identical. Your subconscious mind takes what you deeply accept as true and does everything it can to make your body, your emotions, and your circumstances match that truth. You could call it your inner healer, your deeper mind, your spirit, your connection to God, the universe. Use whatever language fits your worldview. But the pattern is impossible to ignore. If you're still with me, drop a quick comment. I'm ready to work with my mind, not against it. It helps the algorithm and it also anchors your intention. Let's talk about what's actually going on. Think of your conscious mind as the narrator, the part of you that worries, analyzes, doubts, overthinks. Your subconscious is not the narrator. It's the director. It's the one running your heartbeat, your digestion, your immune system. It stores your memories, your emotional associations, your core beliefs about who you are and what's possible. And here's the crucial part. Your subconscious doesn't argue with you. It doesn't debate. It responds to impressions, to images, to feelings, to repeated statements soaked in emotion. When someone in ancient times held a charm, drank a strange potion, or lay under a sacred statue, what really mattered was not the object itself. It was the story their mind attached to it. This is powerful. This is sacred. This will fix me. That story sank into their subconscious as a command. The ritual was just the delivery system. We do the same thing today, only our rituals look more modern. You might say, this particular brand of supplement is the only thing that works for me. Or, if I see that specialist, then I'll finally get better. Or the darker version, my whole family has this. I'm doomed to have it too. All of those are seeds you're planting, commands you're giving to the very system that's running your body. Let me give you a modern example. Imagine someone named Maya. Maya has struggled with chronic fatigue for years. She's tried doctors, diets, protocols. Some help, most don't. She's exhausted, physically and emotionally. One day she sees a video about a famous healing retreat in another country. People in the comments are sharing dramatic recovery stories. The place has this aura of mystery and power around it. Maya scrapes together her savings and goes. At the retreat, they have her do unusual exercises. She sits in circles. She cries in guided meditations. She's told to place her hands on her heart and repeat, "My body knows exactly how to heal." Is the retreat secretly pumping some rare chemical into the air? No. But for the first time in years, Maya really believes, that healing is possible for her. She's surrounded by people who reinforce that belief. The entire environment is a giant suggestion. You're safe now. You're being repaired. Your body is not broken. Her nervous system calms. Inflammation lowers. Energy starts trickling back. From the outside, it looks like the retreat healed her. But what actually changed was the story her subconscious was running. That's the same story that ancient rituals, holy relics, elaborate ceremonies, and even cutting-edge therapies can transmit. You are being healed. Something is working on your behalf. Once that belief lands, not just intellectually, but emotionally, the deeper mind starts adjusting the body to match. If this is clicking for you, hit the like button so more people can find this and maybe have their own Maya moment. Now, there's a spiritual angle to all of this that I want to touch gently but clearly. There's an old spiritual teaching that basically says, when you pray, believe you've already received what you're asking for, and then it will show up. Look at that logic for a moment. It's not beg hard enough and maybe it appears. It's not wait and see if it works. It's inwardly accept it as done now, and the outer world will catch up later. That's not just religious poetry. That's a description of how the subconscious mind works. Your deeper mind doesn't operate in future tense. It responds to what you're holding as real right now. When you close your eyes and see yourself healthy or free or confident, and you let yourself feel it as if it's already true, you are impressing that pattern onto the very system that runs your body and your behavior. You're not pretending, you're programming. The mistake most people make is they try to visualize a new reality while simultaneously running an inner commentary of, "This is stupid. It'll never work. Look at my life. Who am I kidding?" So they plant the seed and then dig it up every 5 seconds. The art is to plant the idea and then protect it, like a seed in the soil. You don't yank it out every morning to see if it's sprouted. You water it with expectancy. You protect it from the weeds of doubt. You trust a process you can't see yet. That trust, that steady inner yes, is what we often call faith. Not blind obedience, not superstition. Faith as a mental posture. A decision to lean into the possibility of your healing, even when your senses haven't caught up yet. Let's bring this down to your life, right now. Maybe you're dealing with anxiety that feels stuck to your bones. Maybe your body has symptoms that scare you. Maybe your bank account looks like a punchline and your mind keeps replaying, "I'm just not the kind of person who ever gets ahead." All of that, your fears, your history, your diagnoses, the opinions of others, have been suggestions offered to your subconscious. Some you rejected, some you absorbed so deeply they now feel like just the way I am. Step 1 is to recognize this. Nothing shows up in your body or your habits without a pattern in the mind to support it. That doesn't mean you chose every difficult thing that happened to you. Life has randomness, genetics, environment, and raw chaos. But how your system responds, how it adapts, how it heals, those pathways are profoundly shaped by the images and beliefs you're carrying. Step 2 is to start giving your subconscious new instructions. When you speak to yourself with conviction, even quietly in your own head, you are giving that deeper part of you a blueprint. You might sit down, close your eyes and say, "Whatever is running my body knows exactly what to do. Every cell in me is learning to restore, to repair, to rebalance. I don't need to know how, I just need to agree with it." You picture yourself walking with energy, breathing freely, living the way you want, not as a fantasy you hope for one day, but as a reality you're rehearsing now. And then you let that feeling linger. Even 30 seconds of that, done consistently, starts to carve a new track in your nervous system. Now, I want to be very clear about something. Working with your subconscious mind is not about refusing medical help, ignoring symptoms, or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about aligning your inner world with whatever outer help you're getting. You can take the medication and still program your mind for healing, not fear. You can see the therapist and still tell your subconscious, we are learning, we are growing, we are not stuck forever. You can go to the chiropractor, the acupuncturist, the surgeon, the energy worker, the pastor, and understand that the real ultimate healer is the power that runs your body from the inside. All these methods are avenues for one thing: belief. Belief that something can change. Belief that you are not permanently broken. Belief that there is a wisdom in you, call it biology, call it God, that knows how to put things back together. When belief and imagination lock together, your subconscious treats it like a command. There have been countless experiments where volunteers under hypnosis developed real physical reactions to harmless things: rashes, blisters, fevers, allergy symptoms, simply because they were told, in that receptive state, that something was happening. In other words, suggestion alone can make the body behave as if it were wounded or poisoned. Now flip that. If suggestion can help create a problem, suggestion can help uncreate it. If fear-soaked images can make you sick, faith-filled images can help you heal. You've already experienced this on a smaller scale. Think about a time you got a text that terrified you, and your heart rate jumped, your stomach knotted, your hands got cold, just from a few words on a screen, or a time you received unexpectedly good news and suddenly your body felt lighter, stronger, more awake, even though nothing physical had changed yet. Your body responds to meaning before it responds to matter. Your subconscious listens to the stories you tell. So I want to ask you, gently but directly, what are you rehearsing in your mind? Helplessness? Worst-case scenarios? That's just my luck. It runs in my family. I never heal. Or are you willing to start rehearsing something new, even if you don't fully believe it yet? If you're willing, type, "I'm rewriting my story" in the comments. That's not just engagement. It's a signal to your own mind. Let's talk about using this for other people too. Maybe someone you love is going through illness or depression or a really dark season. You feel helpless. You can't climb inside their body and fix it, but you can learn to hold them in a different image. Instead of mentally replaying their worst moments, you start to see them in your inner vision as strong, whole, calm, laughing, free. Not in a controlling way, not trying to force an outcome, but as a quiet offering to the deeper field we all share. You sit in stillness, drop into your heart, and you imagine a stream of life, of light, of clarity moving through them. You let yourself feel gratitude, as if some part of them is already responding, already remembering who they are. You may never tell them you're doing this, but on a level we don't fully understand. You are sending a different kind of suggestion into the space between you. You are refusing to hypnotize them with worry and fear and choosing to suggest possibility instead. This is a form of prayer, of intention, of energetic support. It's subtle, it's quiet, but it's powerful. So what do you actually do with all of this? Here's how you start working with your subconscious as a healing power in your life. You remind yourself often that there is an intelligent force inside you that knows how to heal cuts, grow bones, fight infection, coordinate trillions of cells, without you having to think about it. You start treating your thoughts and feelings as inputs to that system, not random noise. You stop casually saying things like, "I'm always sick. I never catch a break. That's just my anxiety," as if those are fixed identities. You begin to plant new phrases like, "My body is learning to balance. My mind is learning to calm. I attract the right help at the right time. I am not my diagnosis. I'm bigger than any label." You don't need to shout them. You need to feel them. You visualize what you want, not as a desperate wish, but as a movie you're rehearsing again and again until your nervous system starts to recognize it as normal. And you give it time. Just like a seed doesn't sprout the moment you bury it, your subconscious often needs repeated, patient, emotionally charged reminders. But if you stay with it, gently, consistently, inner structures begin to shift. Habits get a little easier to change. Pain softens. Calm states last a little longer. New opportunities show up. On the surface, it will look like coincidence, luck, or you finally found the right method. But underneath, the common denominator will be this: you stopped hypnotizing yourself with fear and started hypnotizing yourself with faith. I want to leave you with this. There is only one healing power you will ever experience, and it is the life intelligence moving through you right now. Your subconscious mind is not against you. It's simply following the instructions it's been given. When you change the instructions, over time, you change the experience. The feeling of health builds health. The feeling of worth builds wealth. Emotional, spiritual, sometimes financial. The feeling of being supported calls in support. So ask yourself, honestly, how am I feeling most of the time? And what is that teaching my subconscious to create more of? If this video stirred something in you, if a part of you is whispering, I want to live from this place, I invite you to stay on this journey with me. Hit subscribe so you're here for the next deep dive. Tap like if this opened your perspective. Drop a comment sharing one belief you're ready to rewrite. And send this to someone you love who needs to remember that there is still hope, that their story is not over, and that there is a power within them that hasn't even begun to show what it can do. Your mind is not just a storyteller, it's a creator. And your next chapter starts with the thoughts you choose today.